Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And the class changes just don't stop happening. We're, a little bit over a week to 10.2, and they are still shifting some major things around. There is a lot of problematic changes coming in with this recent round of class tuning that I'm hoping there's going to be some very PvP specific tuning knobs for, because it's going to be a big problem, one that you're not going to want to miss out on, and might make some of these classes seem a lot more appealing moving into the next patch. If you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with changes like this, then make sure to smash the subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated on my long-term goal of getting to 100,000 subscribers. So let's get started. These below hotfixes have been applied or will be applied to the Guardians of Dream PTR as hotfixes over the course of this week and next week. Over the course of this week and next week. This is not this isn't the last. For Demon Hunter, Demon Hide bonus to magic damage reduced to 3%, down from 4%. Fell Barrage is getting a minor nerf of 6%. Do note that Havoc Demon Hunter is looking like a monster right now in this patch. Their new talent is now when they blade dance, they absorb like 15% of the damage. There's like a 15% damage reduction cooldown you can use when you blade dance. Not the same as, dodging a complete attack, but still pretty powerful, given how much you're going to be spamming it and all the different effects. So it's still I would really recommend it at the moment for 10.2, even despite these minor nerfs. Shattered Destiny now requires 20 fury spent per increase to demon form duration. It was previously 10. For Vengeance Demon Hunter, your 2-set bonus, flare up damage now benefits from talents that increase fire damage, so a minor buff to Vengeance, although you did just get some minor nerfs in the last round of changes. For Evoker Preservation, we have concerns about the amount of essence bursts Preservation is able to generate through the new 2-piece bonus, so we are reducing the number of living flames it can cast. We are also tweaking the 4-piece bonus to be more consistent with its language and increasing its power a bit to compensate, since it will be losing some effectiveness due to these tweaks. So your 2-set bonus is going to be now casts up to 3 living flames, down from 5. And your 4-set bonus is going to be Echo no longer does a direct heal when it is applied. Now applies Echo at 70% of the power, up from 50. So the echoed heal will still be of benefit, but the initial heal from the direct heal of Echo is going to be getting reduced. This is, I would say, a pretty significant nerf to Preservation Evoker's set bonus overall. Definitely one that is likely going to be felt in PvP, given that Essence Burst is so powerful. When you're either spamming Echoes or spamming Disintegrates, it's just really powerful. So this will likely be felt on Preservation Evoker, and I wouldn't say that it was like the absolute number one healer, or maybe even close to it at the moment, so it's going to be kind of feels bad for PvP. And here we go. This is the first problematic change that's coming through. I did not think that they would do this, but they did it. They buffed Marksmanship Hunter, and it's not by a small amount either. This is going to need the biggest PvP tuning knob I have ever seen in my life, and mages, you're going to cringe when I read this. You're in pain and agony. You might even want to exit the video now to avoid it. It's going to be so painful when I read this. Your set bonuses are basically being redesigned. They are now going to include single target DPS increases. So your 2-set bonuses now increases rapid fire damage, so just rapid fire do more damage, and causes rapid fire to launch a volley when empowered by trick shots. Your 4-set bonus is now gives a chance when spending focus to reset the cooldown of rapid fire and cause it to fire 100% more shots during its channel. So when you're just pew pew ka-choo these aim shots, you're going to reset that rapid fire and yeah, this is going to be absolutely disgusting. Do note, I think set bonuses are nerfed 50% in PvP, so it's only going to be 50% more shots, but this reduced cooldown is still, going to work at full effectiveness, and the flat damage increase is also going to be reduced by 50, but buffing rapid fire out of all things. I really was hoping Marksmanship Hunter would get some sort of PvP talent that would give it like armor penetration, maybe your spells become shadow arrows for a small amount of time so they can do more damage to plate, and it would bring down the damage that they're doing at the moment to Clothies, because it is absolutely so oppressive at the moment. So this is in a bit of a strange direction. I feel like this change was made almost entirely with PvE in mind, and hopefully with the changes that they're talking over the course of the week, that they're going to be able to do some PvP rewinds on this. We got some rogue changes. Assassinations getting some juicy buffs. Garrote damage increased by 8%. Rupture damage increased by 20%. Deathmark damage increased by 13%. And Zoldyck Recipe now applies to its intended damage sources, now including Envenom Sepsis, Vicious Venoms, and Venomous Explosion, and your 4-piece bonus. Your 4-piece bonus and Venomous Explosion damage, however, has been reduced by 10%. I think it's a pretty good trade-off for your major abilities getting, upwards of 10 to 20% more damage. This is really juicy for Assassination. And Assassination, at least now in 10.1.7, is pretty bad. So this will likely, put it into a decent position, I would expect, but maybe not, super oppressive. They've done a lot of PvP tuning changes on the execute mechanic that they've introduced, so I don't think it's going to be running people down, but this is definitely nice. For Outlaw Rogues, unfortunately, you're just getting kicked when you're down. You're just getting kicked when you're down, man. Your 4-set bonus, additional chance for Sinister Strike to strike an additional time, reduced to 10% from 15, a 5% nerf to your set bonus. Outlaw ain't getting no love. You ain't getting no love. No. MM Hunter is getting all the love. The rich get richer, and the broke get broker. For Subtlety Rogue, poison and bleed skills converted to shadow damage via Dark Brew now correctly benefit from Veil Touched and Deeper Daggers. That seems like a pretty big buff. If that means spells that were previously not getting damage modifiers are now getting damage modifiers. Your 2-set bonus has been adjusted. Summon Shadow Clone Finisher deals 70% of the damage of triggering the finisher, up from 50%. Oh my god. Proc rate per finishing move adjusted. Shadow Rupture no longer stacks and duration is increased to 16 seconds, up from 8. Shadow Clone Finisher damage should now consistently scale with talents that modify shadow damage. Oh my god. Your 4-set bonus increases all Shadow Clone damage by 20%, up from 10. Okay, subtlety buffs, assassination buffs, delete Outlaw. Just it's out of the game, guys. It's not an option spec anymore. For Enhancement Shaman, we are seeing a 3% overall damage nerf. The 3% guy is back. I don't know what it is. They've got a guy there at Blizzard. Occasionally this happens. There's a 3% nerf or 3% buff on something. The 3% guy is back. We talk about the top 1%. No, it's the 3% guy. He's the guy. Enhanced, I wouldn't say was looking absolutely spectacular. It was looking probably about as it is right now in 10.1.7 in terms of overall power. So in PvP, like, this is going to, likely be felt with a little bit more of a pain point. Profession changes coming through and improvements to that. These class changes seemingly, are in alignment for PvE. Some of them make sense. I think, assassination buffs make sense for PvP. Subtlety buffs are not going to make sense. Outlaw Rogue nerfs don't make sense. MM Hunter buff like this is crazy, bro. This is like the craziest thing in the entire patch. Like I was just talking about, I just made a top 7 list. It'll be linked to the end of the video, but this thing is above and beyond that. Like this is like the most disgusting thing I have seen in a patch so far. So if it stays like this, Marksmanship Hunters, you guys are looking juicy. Preservation nerfs, Havoc Demon Hunter, minor amount of nerfs, and I guess I don't know if I should be excited or terrified for the next round of changes, because some of these are absolutely out of this world. Like I can't imagine completely like reworking a set bonus a week before the patch is coming out at this point, given how long of a cycle they've had to test stuff. That seems a little bit dangerous to do at this point. So let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. Is this getting you intrigued? I feel like 10.2 is basically a new expansion. It's going to be absolutely wacky, wavy, inflatable, arm flailing tube man level of nuts at this point. So it's going to come out and it's going to be broke is all I can say pretty much. Just expect it to be really broke, and hopefully you pick the thing that's the most broke so that you feel the most awesome and fun and have the best time. Other than that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.